Hi, everybody. It's 2 after 3 o'clock Eastern, so we should get started. Again, my name is Chris McCarville. I'm an account executive here at ScreenScape, and thanks for joining today's webinar. It's my pleasure to walk you through our new ScreenScape5 solution. We have a large audience today, and it's rather diverse as well. We have new customers that are discovering ScreenScape5 for the first time, and we also have existing customers that are looking to better understand ScreenScape5 and what it means for their businesses. We're looking forward to hearing from all of you, and if you wish, there will be a chance for you to type us in questions if you stick around after the demo. Just so everyone understands how the webinar will work, you can hear me, but I can't hear you. There is a way to submit questions at the very top. Just type them into the box, and we'll be drawing a list to answer them at the end of the demo. Also, it's important to note that if you are registered for this demo, you'll receive a recording of this webinar so you can view and share with your colleagues at your convenience. So for today's agenda for the webinar, we're going to explain what ScreenScape5 and why it matters to you and your business, to provide a live demo so you can see it and all its functionality, and then answer any questions you might have about the new solution. We do know that your time is valuable, so we'll try to stick to the schedule as best as possible. And with that said, let's get into it. I am also pleased to be joined today by ScreenScape CEO and founder Mark Hemphill. Mark is going to help me introduce ScreenScape5, and we'll stick around also after the demo to answer any questions you might have. So
hey,
Mark,
Chris.
Thanks for joining today.
Can you hear me?
What is Yeah, I can, yes.
Okay, great.
So thanks for taking the time out to join us today. What is ScreenScape5, Mark?
Hello, everybody. Some of you on the call are new to us, so let me just say that ScreenScape has been in business for over 12 years now. Over that time, we've evolved in many ways. We're well known now as the leading provider of plug-and-play digital signage solutions. And yes, we're very excited to be at the beginning of a new product lifecycle. ScreenScape5 is a complete overhaul of the ScreenScape system. And although we're still covering the same core processes of digital signage, namely content creation, content distribution, and device management, we now have an entirely new and modern look and feel. And we believe ScreenScape5 raises the bar in a number of areas, including ease of use, visually pleasing aesthetics, and simplicity of design.
And Mark, why do we choose to go with ScreenScape5? Why a new version, and what's the background in that decision?
Right, that's an obvious question. Everyone knows that technology is moving at light speed, especially web-based technologies. Well, new technology is available today that wasn't available when we began building ScreenScape more than 10 years ago. In fact, it wasn't available 5 years ago. But the point isn't just that the technology is better, it's that this new technology base gives us newer and better options for delivering more effective digital signage solutions. It helps us to raise the bar when it comes to key aspects of digital signage, such as aesthetics, ease of use, and overall flexibility. It also helps prepare our company for its next wave of growth. I'll also say that the project gave us a special opportunity to reflect on the past 10 years in business and everything we learned about what customers need and don't need to be successful in digital signage. So taking advantage of the latest in modern software development techniques, we took those lessons and applied them in the creation of a brand new platform, one that delivers additional business value that we think is unrivaled in the industry.
Great. And what specifically is different about ScreenScape5 versus previous ScreenScape solutions?
Well, there are so many differences, we won't have time to list them all. You could say that ScreenScape5 has been redesigned from the ground up to be more user-friendly and to help non-professionals achieve better, even professional results with their own digital signage. For example, in ScreenScape4, you had a second or two of ugly black screen in between each video or image. In ScreenScape5, the transitions are seamless. In ScreenScape4, as in most digital signage applications, you had templates that lack flexibility. In ScreenScape5, every element of every template can be customized, moved around the screen, deleted, etc. In ScreenScape4, there was only one way to import assets like video and images, and the options when it comes to file types were limited. In ScreenScape5, you can connect your account to Dropbox, Google Drive, Facebook, Instagram, etc. You can drag and drop assets directly into the system from your own workstation. There's much broader support for more file types. In ScreenScape 4, you're required to have a separate playlist for each screen in your network. In ScreenScape 5, you can assign as many devices to one playlist as you want, and that can make for a greater speed or efficiency in some cases, depending on how you want to manage your network. ScreenScape 5 includes access to a ScreenScape curated asset library where you can find professional stock photos that are ready to be used in your digital signage. That's something that doesn't exist in ScreenScape 4. In ScreenScape 4, you needed a keyboard to set up your ScreenScape device. In ScreenScape 5, you can also use a mobile phone. I mean, the list goes on and on. So I really encourage everyone on the call to visit our website, find the ScreenScape 5 is here link in the upper left, and click on that to learn more details about what's in ScreenScape 5.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Mark, and really appreciate you being able to join us today on today's webinar. Questions are already rolling in. We'll do our best to get to those after the demo. But just to hop into the webinar today and provide some background on ScreenScape, who we are as a company and the solution that we're offering. ScreenScape's now been in market for 12+ years. Double-digit growth every year for the last 10 years. We have over 7,500 customers worldwide. Currently have a score of 9.5 out of 10 on Trustpilot. Trustpilot's a software review site. Those are user-generated. So if you are a current customer of ScreenScape and if you've given us a review on Trustpilot, really appreciate it. If you're new to ScreenScape, highly encourage you to check that out after the call. ScreenScape was the first company to introduce smart device for digital signage. And for the purpose of today's call, we've just launched our new CMS or content management system, ScreenScape5. ScreenScape offers a very simple, scalable, and cost-effective solution for digital signage. We offer a 36-month contract or month-to-month contracts, but it's important to note that all contracts include the media player, the software, ScreenScape.com, and customer support and trainings also included Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you get started with ScreenScape5, we have a great customer success team that will make sure you're successful in your digital signage efforts. ScreenScape has a wide variety of customers currently using us. Amazon uses us worldwide for employee engagement across their offices. USC uses us across all their campuses for stakeholder communication. If you enter an Oakley store and see any of the digital signage, that is powered by ScreenScape. Plus, we have hundreds and hundreds of customers that use us on the 1 to 5, 10 screen ratio as well. ScreenScape is an easy plug-and-play solution. Our media player is pictured there on my screen. Fits into the palm of your hand. You simply plug that into the HDMI port of your screen, connected to the Wi-Fi, and you're up and running. One of the great things about ScreenScape is it'll work with any TV. It doesn't even have to be a smart TV. So any TV from Costco, Best Buy, Walmart will do the trick for you. The media player is an Intel processor with 32 gigabytes of memory. So as you upload your images, videos, they're also backed up locally on the device. So say the Wi-Fi was to go down to your location, your content will continue to play on your screen. One of the changes we've also made moving from ScreenScape 4 to ScreenScape5 is now getting your device connected, up and running. You can connect to the Wi-Fi using your smartphone. So getting up and running, connecting your device literally takes 3 to 5 minutes. So once you have your device connected, you would log on to our cloud-based content management system, which is ScreenScape5, create your content, and then in real time you can publish that content to your screen or group of screens. So with our cloud-based content management system, how it's designed to work is you can import or create your media, and then you assign that media to a live playlist. So a playlist is a collection of those media items you've imported or created. With ScreenScape5, you can have a wide range of different forms of media playing on your screen. You can be playing videos you've uploaded directly, linked via your YouTube channel perhaps, images, text. We also offer dynamic content such as local weather feeds, news feeds, and so on to help draw the human eye to your screen as well. One of the biggest changes with ScreenScape5 is our powerful built-in media editor. You can still upload your content using PowerPoint, Adobe Illustrator, for instance, but with ScreenScape5, it's really easy, as you'll see in the demo, to create great-looking content You can add image videos as needed, change the size, positioning on the screen, add text, change the line spacing, shadowing, and so on. So it's really easy to create great looking content using ScreenScape now. Also, as you create your content, you can also schedule your content. The holiday season is approaching. Maybe you're having retail promotions in your store, or you're getting ready for the holiday party. You can plan all your content in advance, whether that be a month in advance, quarterly in advance, or even a year in advance. Again, with ScreenScape5, we continue to offer great device management. You can log in anywhere where you have your computer and Wi-Fi. Check the status of your screens, the last time they called on the Wi-Fi network, which playlist is playing on it, and again, you can make any changes. You don't have to be in front of the screen or even in the same area. And again, with ScreenScape, we offer a 36-month contract. That way, the media players are included, and it's just $40 a month per screen. We do offer month-to-month, which is quite popular as well with our seasonal customers, where you pay a one-time fee of $200 for the media player, and then it's just $40 a month per screen after that. Finally, before we hop into the demo, why have customers chosen ScreenScape and continue to choose ScreenScape? It's simple. It's a very easy to use plug-and-play solution, but it's still a powerful content management system. We offer hundreds of templates as well to make your digital marketing a lot easier for yourself. It's very scalable. It's easy to coordinate and control your content, share that content across your organization, and also to start with 1, 5, 10 screens and then add screens as you become more comfortable with ScreenScape and all the marketing add-ons that digital signage can provide. Lastly, it's very cost effective. There's no deployment costs, very low setup fee, and there's no hidden fees, no surprises with ScreenScape. There's no support costs, no training costs, there's no add-on costs for features. So it's very easy to get up and running and easy to use. So with that, I'm just going to move into ScreenScape.com. So with ScreenScape5, there's really 3 core areas that you'd want to be focused on. The first area is our media. So this is where you would create your media. So what you see on my screen now is just some different forms of media I've created in the past. The second section would be our playlist. The playlist would be a collection of those media items you created. And then lastly would be our device management. So I'm just going to walk through all 3 core areas and how you would use and adopt them to help drive your digital signage. So with media, if I was a new ScreenScape user, I want to create some new content for my screen or screens, I'd simply go down to the bottom right here of my screen and click the Add button. And now I can decide if I want to start from scratch. And we now offer hundreds of templates that you can use and repurpose for your own business needs. Proud to say that we have an in-house graphic designer now, and they try to release 1 to 3 new templates every Tuesday for you. So just to show you how easy it is to create content from scratch, I'm going to just start with a blank screen. So what I want to do is I want to label this, so maybe this is a retail promotion that we want to offer. So my screen's blank. Obviously, I need to add content to my screen. I simply, again, go down to the bottom right, and now I can decide what kind of content I want to use. Do I want to add text to my screen? Do I want to add a video? Do I want to add an image? Different shapes. We also offer integrations now with ScreenScape5, which is different than ScreenScape4. So some of the different integrations that we do offer now is we can display certain web pages, embed code. So for instance, if you use Google Charts, today's date, current time, we have countdown clocks. So maybe number of days since the last workplace accident if you're in a manufacturing environment, or number of days until the company holiday party. Lots of use cases there. Sorry, I fat fingered that. So I'm just going to start from, I'm just going to add an image to my screen. So if I click image, you'll see some images populate. So we have an asset library very similar to ScreenScape4 if you're a ScreenScape4 customer. If it's something I haven't used before, I'd simply again click the add button. And now we have stock photography here you can use that you're more than welcome to explore and upload as needed. We also now can upload from multiple sources, as Mark first mentioned at the beginning of the call. You can upload from OneDrive, Link, Dropbox, Google Drive, your Instagram page, your Facebook, or you're straight from your hard drive. So again, it makes collaboration across the organization very easy. For the purpose of today's call, I'm just going to use an image I've used before. Again, one of the differences between ScreenScape4 and ScreenScape5 is we now support animated GIFs. So this is a simple animated GIF I found online, and what we can do is now is I'm just going to resize this to make sure I can fit the screen. Now with ScreenScape5, we can also build layers upon this image. So maybe I want to add a second image, maybe our logo. Again, I just click Add Image, select our logo, and again, we have the ability to resize this, and I can put this wherever I want on the screen. Maybe I want to add text as well, and this can be any message you want to communicate. And again, I can resize this and put this wherever I like on the screen. I can now select this as well, and you have all the same functionality that you would normally have in a word processor. I can bold this text, I can italicize it, I can underline if I wish. I can change the font family. As you can see with the drop-down menu, it's very extensive. So it's very easy to create your own content. I can change the font size. I can also change the color. If you use a specific color for your marketing branding purposes, please just enter it in the hex color there and it'll populate for you. So I've created content. I'm happy with how this looks. Move over to properties. I'll come back to playlist layout shortly. We can customize how long you want this on the screen for before it would flip to your next media item, down from 7 seconds, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and so on. So I'm just going to put this as 7 seconds. You can tag items. So when you're creating your templates, easily searchable. And as discussed earlier in the deck, we can schedule this content. So maybe I want this to play as part of my loop all the time, or this is a promotion that I'm going to run for 2 weeks. So I'll start it on the 18th. And end it on the 29th. And again, maybe it's for a restaurant, it's for lunchtime rush. So maybe I only want this playing between 11 a.m. and say 1:30. And again, maybe you're only having this lunch special on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I can say I only want this content to play for the next 2 weeks between 11 a.m. to 1:30 on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I can also share this with coworkers. So again, makes collaboration sharing across the organization or your business very easy. Finally, I need to assign this to a playlist. So I'd click playlist. And again, you can have multiple playlists with ScreenScape.com. If you were to have one screen, you can have one playlist. If you had 10 screens, you could have 10 different playlists trying to present different information to your stakeholder or to your customer. So if I wanted to add it to one, I could add to one. If I want to add this piece of content to say all these 8, it's as simple as drag and drop. So just press add. Once I press save, that'll update, and this media item will now start playing on all those playlists. That's how easy it is to create content from scratch. Also, just to focus on our templates, just because you see a template that might be for Thanksgiving, you can easily repurpose this content for your own business needs. So for instance, this is for Thanksgiving, but we could make it for holiday season. And what I can do now is I could simply change the background image just by selecting the image here. And I'll just make a quick change here. So with a few clicks of the button, I've easily repurposed a new template that you can use for your own purpose. So we offer hundreds of templates, but it's just really a starting point for you. I can add this to my playlist, to these playlists again. So again, with ScreenScape, one of the big differences between ScreenScape 4 to ScreenScape 5, if you're a current customer, is ScreenScape 4 was template-based. We provided templates and you were to decide which template. Now you can decide the content however you like. Moving over to playlists, which would be the second part of ScreenScape.com. A playlist is a collection of those media items you've created. Again, depending on the amount of screens, you can have a playlist for every screen if you have more than one. If I were just to select one playlist, just to give you an idea of how the content would look, it has some of the content I've created in the past, the weather in New York, a news feed down at the bottom, and my local time. And again, just to show some of the different, this is a company party with the countdown clock integrated as well. Also, one of the big changes as well is we also offer, you can just play the YouTube links. Okay, so very easy to insert your existing marketing material via YouTube, your Facebook page, Instagram page, and so on. Also, you can change the layout of your playlist. So for instance, I could say I want this content to be full screen, and I want this content to use the playlist layout with the news feed and weather feed. Also now with ScreenScape 5, we can change the order any way you wish. So it's now drag and drop. It's really easy to organize a playlist any way you would wish. If it came time and I wanted to remove something, I could just click here and remove that from my playlist. Also with ScreenScape 5, we offer different ways to present this information to your customer or stakeholder. You can present this information in a varied ways, or you could just display all your content full screen if you would like. I do like this layout personally. You can also change the background as well. So we have some stock background images here you can select from, and you just select them and they'll automatically update to whichever one you would like. You can also upload your own custom. So maybe if you want to have an image of a key location of your business, your logo, and so on, you can do that as well. So I've created my media items, I've grouped it in a playlist, I've sorted the playlist how I want. How do I publish this to my screen? I'd simply go to hardware. It shows that it's playing on my one screen in New York, New York. If I click add, it'll show all the screens I have in the field, so to speak. If I wanted to add it to my Boston screen, I can do it that way. If I wanted to add to, say, these 8 screens, it's as simple as just dragging and dropping. As soon as I press add and save, that playlist will start playing on those screens. So as you can see, with ScreenScape 5, we really streamlined this and has made it easy as possible. Lastly is our device management. This will show me all the devices I have in the field. If I were to select one, you can label this any way you wish. So you could say it's the front lobby screen of your location. It'll also show you the last time it called on the Wi-Fi network here, last call on my Wi-Fi network within 10 seconds ago. It also shows you the storage available on the device, the MAC address being used, the serial number on the device, which playlist is playing on that device. You can change that from here as well if you wish. You can share this with coworkers as well. So maybe the IT folks, for instance, if they need the MAC address to help get the device online, depending on your Wi-Fi configurations. And here on properties, and again, really you only do this once when you receive your device. You can edit the location and say you were in Boston. The weather will automatically update. And if you're a Canadian or other user, you can also select Celsius. You can also change the news provider. I had put in a custom RS feed for ESPN, but you can also add routers from a drop-down menu that we've had included for your convenience. So I could just pick US Sports News. And that will update and start playing on that screen for you. Also with ScreenScape 5, it's an exciting time here. We're continuing to add to the value of ScreenScape 5 and the offerings that ScreenScape 5 has. So this light bulb, if you're a user of ScreenScape 5, will light up, and you'll see some of the recent releases we've made the last couple of weeks. Also, as I mentioned at the beginning of the call, ScreenScape 5 has a great customer success team that's available Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern, but a lot of users like to figure things out on their own. So we do have self-help tutorials here on each section just to help you. If you're stuck on anything and you want to solve the problem yourself, you can have that, and we have that on all the different sections of screenscape.com. So that's ScreenScape 5. We're really excited about it. That is a high-level overview. There is more functionalities, but due to time, I couldn't really get into it. We do have some questions. So Mark, if you're still there, I'd like to ask, so maybe you'll answer some of these questions for me.
Yep, I'm here.
Perfect. So the question is, I'm a ScreenScape 4 user. What is my upgrade path?
Oh, yes. Great question. Well, the key thing to understand is that ScreenScape 5 runs on new hardware. One of the trade-offs you make when you're have to use new hardware. So what this means for existing customers is if a Gen 1 ScreenScape device, you'll need to buy new hardware. Gen 1 devices were sold by ScreenScape between 2013 and basically October 2017. They are charcoal gray and they have a Dell logo on them. So if you have a Dell logo on your device, that's an old device that needs to be replaced. That's your only upgrade path. If you have a Gen 2 ScreenScape device, we do have a swap program available. That's where you send us your hardware, we refurbish it for you, and then send it back. Gen 2 devices started selling in November of 2018, sorry, November of 2017 rather, and they are black and have an Intel Inside logo on them. So,
okay, perfect. Thanks, Mark. Another question is, if I choose the extended subscription option and sign a 36-month agreement, do I receive free hardware?
Yes, that's the corollary to the upgrade challenge. So if you are an existing ScreenScape member and you'd like to upgrade to ScreenScape 5 and you are not on contract, you do, like any other customer, have the option of signing up for our 3-year extended subscription, in which case effectively ScreenScape will pay for your hardware.
Excellent. Another question from a ScreenScape 4 customer. Is there a way to port my content from ScreenScape 4 to ScreenScape 5?
Yes, another good one. The answer is a bit subtle. You cannot transfer your fully realized templates from ScreenScape 4 to ScreenScape 5. There's no technical way for us to help you with that. However, if you have assets in your asset library, basically the images and videos that you previously uploaded to ScreenScape 4, there is a way to convert those to ScreenScape 5 by reaching out to our customer success department. We're happy to help you with this, of course. However, in many cases, it's likely that it'll be more trouble for you than it's worth. So we recommend trying ScreenScape 5 first. see how easy it is to create new content. If you're like most customers, well, the best practice is essentially to create new content using our new templates. You'll find that this isn't as much effort in ScreenScape 5, and the result will be a new playlist featuring the new and better templates of ScreenScape 5. So I see it as a great chance to refresh your content and make sure that you're putting your best foot forward with the most timely and relevant promotions for the upcoming season.
Excellent. Another question. I do believe we answered this in demo, but does ScreenScape 5 have content scheduling?
Yeah, absolutely. Chris's demo did not cover the whole scope of the solution. There's also lots of speed, shortcuts, convenience, mass operations if you're managing a large-scale network with hundreds of displays and perhaps even thousands of pieces of content. Rest assured that the functionality of ScreenScape 4 is likely there in ScreenScape 5. It might look a little different, but it's there, and I think it's actually much better in the new version.
Excellent. Another question is, will the upgrade happen automatically when I log in if you were to make the upgrade?
Okay, great question. So ScreenScape 5 is an entirely separate system than ScreenScape 4. There's not this linear path where one day ScreenScape 4 users are automatically upgraded. What needs to happen is you should call your account executive, talk to them about the upgrade that you're planning, but essentially you need that new hardware to arrive on location. You need to swap out your old device with the new device. Then you need to go to ScreenScape, create a new account on ScreenScape 5. If you like, contact support and we'll help you transport your assets. But essentially you're creating a new using new hardware.
Perfect. And another one with ScreenScape 5, can you display one image across two or more screens, i.e. video walls?
Not at this time. That's a great question. One image across two screens. So that's what we call a non-standard resolution. So a standard resolution would be your conventional 16:9 aspect ratio television screen, which TVs. You might know it as 720p or 1080p, 1920 by 1080. Those are all conventional shapes of screens. And right now we really only focus on those 16:9 aspect ratio screens. We do have lots of customers using ScreenScape to manage 9:16 aspect ratio screens. These are what we call portrait orientations. That's where you have an image that's on its side and the TV itself is tilted on its side, which means it's vertical in orientation or portrait in orientation. But we don't see any customers using it for these non-standard resolutions where the image is long and narrow or very tall or some other very strange shape. I wouldn't rule it out in the future, but it's not our focus at this point.
Great, thank you. And what does, customer asked, what does refresh time mean?
Refresh time. That's a great question.
I think she was just meaning from the time you put the image up to when you'll see it on the screen. Yeah.
Right. Well, of course, that depends on how you choose to publish your media item. If you happen to publish a media item to a playlist that consists of maybe one other media item, you're going to see that new media item that you've just published appear almost instantly within a couple seconds. It's that fast. Of course, this is also dependent on your local area network and the connectivity between your ScreenScape device and the internet. But assuming that connection is strong and your playlist is short, it's going to be almost instantaneous. If you have a long playlist with lots of videos in it and you choose to publish your media item near the end of that playlist, for example, if it's just beginning that item to arrive, but if it happens the next one in the playlist, it's likely going to arrive and get played instantly. But just like ScreenScape flashed locally on the device, this gives you that full playback experience even when the device is locally on that hard drive of that device, so that if you ever lose connectivity or have a blip here and there, you never lose that performance on premise where you need that screen to be working at all times.
ScreenScape5 is still Adobe Flash based. We're no longer Adobe Flash based, we're full HTML5 software. Mark, do you have anything to add to that?
All. That's absolutely right.
Perfect. And maybe one thing I didn't mention too during the demo was our media players used to be Windows based. They're now a full Linux based operating system as well. A lot of the other questions are more specific for your dedicated account executive of, you know, the swap program, what costing, and so on. So my information is on the screen. Please feel free to email me, contact me. If you have a dedicated account executive, I'll make sure you're connected with the right person and they'll follow up with you. If you're new to ScreenScape, I'll be more than happy to follow up with you as well. Before I let everybody go to the webinar, thanks again for your time, taking some time out of your busy days to meet with Mark and I, and for us to be able to show you ScreenScape5. We're really excited as a company what this means for us and for our customers as well. Mark, do you have any ending words?
No, great job, Chris, and thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to participate. Again, contact your account executive if you'd like to know more about ScreenScape5. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thanks, everyone. And again, a reminder, I'll email out a recording of this webinar when we're done. Hopefully have that out to you tomorrow morning. Thanks, everyone. Bye.